In the heart of Rome lies the Vatican, the smallest independent state on earth, yet one of the most powerful in influence. Behind its sacred walls and beneath its ancient marble floors, countless secrets have been buried, some spiritual, others political, and a few, deeply tied to espionage. For centuries, the Vatican has been more than just the seat of the Catholic Church. It has been a silent observer, a hidden player, and sometimes, a secret manipulator in the great game of global intelligence. Historians trace the Vatican's involvement with espionage as far back as the 16th century. Pope Pius V is believed to have established one of the earliest papal intelligence networks, a covert alliance of clerics and diplomats known as the Holy Alliance, later called the Entity. Its mission was clear: defend Catholic interests across Europe, counter Protestant influence, and gather information about the shifting loyalties of kings and nobles. Throughout the Renaissance and the Enlightenment, priests and monks acted not only as missionaries of faith but as eyes and ears of the Vatican. They reported from royal courts, merchant ports, and even battlefields, carrying both the cross and coded letters of intelligence. When the Papal States were dissolved in 1870 during the unification of Italy, the Vatican's political power appeared to crumble. But instead of armies, the Church turned to information. During the early 1900s, under Pope Pius X, a secret surveillance organization called Sodalicium Pianum, also known as La Sapiniere, was created to root out heresy and modernist thinking. Its network spanned Europe, with fewer than 50 operatives who spied on priests, scholars, and even bishops. Letters were opened, homes were watched, and reputations were destroyed, all in the name of protecting doctrine. The First World War intensified the Vatican's entanglement with intelligence. A close aide to Pope Benedict XV was revealed to be passing information to Germany. Despite its claim of neutrality, the Holy See was now seen by many powers as both a target and a source of valuable information. Then came World War II, and with it, the most shadowy period of Vatican espionage. Pope Pius XII publicly declared neutrality, yet his Vatican became a secret hub of wartime communication. Through its diplomatic channels, the Vatican received information from both Allied and Axis sources. It is estimated that more than 80 coded diplomatic messages passed through Vatican networks every day between 1940 and 1944. Some scholars claim the Vatican used its channels to help Jewish refugees escape through secret ratlins, while others argue that certain officials turned a blind eye to Nazi collaborators. Inside the Vatican itself, espionage ran deep. Cardinal Luigi Maglioni's office was bugged. A journalist named Virgilio Scatolini leaked internal Vatican discussions to German intelligence, and Alexander Kurtna, an Estonian translator, was exposed as a double agent working for the Soviets and the Gestapo at the same time. These weren't just isolated scandals, they were signs that even within the Holy See, loyalty was a matter of survival. After the war, a new enemy rose: communism. The Cold War transformed the Vatican into a battleground of ideologies. The Soviet Union viewed the Church as a dangerous rival. KGB and Stasi archives later revealed operations dedicated to infiltrating Catholic institutions. At the same time, the Vatican, under Popes Pius XII, Paul VI, and later John Paul II, actively supported anti-communist movements in Eastern Europe. One of the key figures was Cardinal Luigi Poggi, sometimes called the Vatican Spymaster. Working closely with Western intelligence, Poggi built discreet communication lines across the Iron Curtain. The Vatican's network of embassies, missionaries, and bishops became an unparalleled source of information. It is said that by the late 1970s, the Vatican's intelligence capabilities rivaled those of medium-sized nations, not through weapons or satellites, but through confessionals, diplomacy, and human connection. Pope John Paul II, elected in 1978, understood this power. Having lived under both Nazi and communist regimes, he used the Church's influence to support the Polish Solidarity movement, a turning point that helped bring down Soviet control in Eastern Europe. Documents declassified decades later confirmed that the CIA and the Vatican shared intelligence regularly during this period. John Paul II was constantly monitored by KGB agents, and at least 15 assassination plots against him were recorded by Western intelligence during his papacy, but espionage in the Vatican wasn't only external. As the 21st century dawned, the threat came from within. In 2012, the world was stunned by the Vatileaks scandal. Paolo Gabriele, Pope Benedict XVI's personal butler, was caught stealing and leaking confidential Vatican documents to the press. The papers revealed internal corruption, power struggles, and secret factions battling for control. Gabriele was sentenced to 18 months in prison, and later pardoned by the Pope himself. The leaks, however, opened a new era. Modern Vatican investigations uncovered illegal wiretaps, financial espionage, and secret monitoring within church offices. The 2023 Vatican financial trial exposed hidden surveillance networks and covert data collection that reached the highest ranks. Some insiders even described it as the Vatican's own intelligence war. And through it all, the Pope remains at the center of this quiet storm. History shows that at least 40 popes have directly overseen covert operations in one form or another, from gathering intelligence to influencing global politics. Yet their motives were rarely for conquest. They were about protection, of faith, of image, and of survival. The Vatican's strength has never been in armies or weapons, but in information, the world's most powerful currency. Today, while the Vatican officially denies having a secret service, experts and former diplomats confirm that it still maintains discrete channels of intelligence gathering through its global network of nuncios and cardinals. Its information web stretches Earth. The Holy See's mission has always been spiritual, but to preserve that mission, it has often relied on secrets, silence, and shadows. From Renaissance whispers to Cold War plots, from hidden archives to encrypted emails, the Vatican remains both a sanctuary of faith and a fortress of intelligence. Behind every papal blessing, behind every closed door in the Apostolic Palace, lies the same ancient truth: the Vatican watches, and it remembers. Because in the balance between heaven and earth, even the Church must play the oldest game of all, the game of secrets.